Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Bolt Action Reloading. In this week's episode, we're going to go over all the tools that you'll need to change the barrel in your Ruger precision rifle. Stick around. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here and you'd like to see how I and the rest of the community here make our group smaller, start now by subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell icon. That way you get notified when I post next week's video and you won't miss anything. Guys, in today's video, we're not going to be changing the barrel, but we are going to be going over the tools that we're going to need to do so. If you're a longtime viewer of the channel, you may have been anxiously awaiting the new barrel to show up. I know I have been. It is here. You can see the packaging in the back. I will confess that the first time I tried to record this, it did not come through perfectly, and so we're just going to do the best that we can, but we're still going to be able to easily get the point of our video across today. I want to have a big thank you to Preferred Barrel Blanks. They actually provided the barrel we're going to be using for testing on the channel going forward. Hopefully you're going to be able to get some really good shots of the barrel so you can get an idea, if you decide to pick one of these up, what you're going to be getting. But in today's video, we're going to go over all of the tools that we needed to actually change our barrel. When I initially recorded the beginning of this video, when part of it failed, I actually had not installed the barrel yet. We're going to be going back in time very shortly, but very quickly, we're going to be going over all the tools that we need. Some of our specialty tools I'm going to be going over in a little bit more detail. However, I will tell you that all the tools that we go over in our video is what we needed to accomplish this task and be successful. I've actually already attached the barrel, fired it, got our initial test shots, which those videos will be coming out. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in those. So make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video if you want to hear all the details on the barrel. But let's get right into all the tools that we're going to need to make sure we accomplish this task appropriately. One of the most basic tools we're going to need to accomplish this task is actually some Allen wrenches. The Allen wrenches that we're going to need, the standard size, not metric. One of the other more basic tools that we're going to need, and I already had, was a torque wrench. The torque wrench you're going to need is probably going to be an adjustable version. Mine, I believe, is adjustable between 10 and 75 foot-pounds. However, somewhere in the ballpark of 50 foot-pounds, that's the range of torque wrench that you're going to need. I'm not going to be brand specific, but a torque wrench is certainly one of the tools that I would recommend having to accomplish this task. One of the other more basic things, in case you don't have any, is anti-seize. You're going to want to put anti-seize in the barrel nut to make sure it comes apart easier the next time you decide to do this. Theoretically, that might be optional, but I would certainly recommend it. It's not very expensive, and a little bit goes a long way. Something else you might want to consider if it's available is possibly a breaker bar or a ratchet with a long handle. Also, depending on what tool you choose to use, whether it's the barrel vise or the action rod, a bench vise will also come in handy, depending on whether you're picking the barrel vise or the action rod. But a bench vise is something I've had for a while, so it wasn't really a consideration when it came to getting the tools for my barrel swap. So, in case you guys are unaware of exactly how this works, one of the biggest things you're going to need to install your own barrel are Headspace gauges. I'm a bit of a Forester fan, and as you can see, I ordered Forester Headspace 6.5 Creedmoor go and no-go gauges. At least as far as the website is concerned, these are actually both good for 6.5 Creedmoor and 6 Creedmoor, which, if you've been watching the channel, you'll know I actually have both calibers because I have two Ruger precision rifles. If I get another 6 Creedmoor barrel, I'll be able to headspace it with these same gauges. Another reason why I was drawn to be able to do this, to be perfectly honest. These can actually be purchased on Amazon. I'll put links in the description box below. The links I'll provide on Amazon are affiliate links, and so I will get a small commission from the sale if you guys choose to do that, and it will help support the channel. Pick your Headspace gauges. In this particular case, I'm going Forester. I've had good luck with them, and I believe that they produce high-quality products, so that's what we're going with for the Headspace gauges. Besides Headspace gauges, we know that we need to be able to remove our barrel nut. So this is a standard armorer's wrench. I'm not sure whether or not this is actually going to work. If you actually do some research online, it's very common that these barrel nuts are on there very, very tight from the factory. And it's very imperative that we do not ruin them. From my understanding, when people have tried to get spare barrel nuts from Ruger themselves, the speculation I've seen online is that they won't provide it. And so making sure we remove our barrel nut without damage is very important. So I've kind of went all out. I guess Magpul has a heavier duty armorer's wrench if you want to go there. But wanting to risk nothing, I've actually purchased the LRI barrel nut wrench. I probably can't do it justice, so I'll put a better picture on the screen once I get this thing out of the package. It's still covered in machine oil from shipment, but I did purchase the LRI barrel nut wrench from Brownells, obviously, to do this. So this is about the heaviest duty barrel nut tool that you can get. I'm confident that if anything's going to work, this is going to work, and I didn't want to screw it up or cause any more delay to our project. So I picked up this barrel nut wrench. It should darn well last forever. At least that's what I expect it to. LRI has a conversion chart for this, depending on what angle you have your torque wrench to what you set your torque to make sure you've properly torqued your barrel nut in place. We might cover that in the installation video of just at least some high points of what you need to know in the installation. But we purchased this just to make sure we were going to get off our barrel nut. What you guys do to remove your barrel nut is your choice. Just for reference, I did see some people on the forums talking about heating that. I'm not sure what kind of heat treatment it is. Obviously, you can use heat to remove some stuck bolts, but in this particular case, I don't recommend doing that, and I'm not going to. Being able to grip our barrel and not scratch it is a high priority, and so I actually reached out to the guys at Anarchy Outdoors, and they actually provided this to me. This is an action wrench. This is going to have the same dimension as our bolt. We can insert this end into our action and then put the other end into our vise. Depending on how hard our barrel nut is to get off, we very well might want to use this tool to make sure we don't scratch up anything, taking it on or off. We're going to put all of the necessary force on that action to be able to remove it. Anarchy Outdoors provided this. I'll put some information about it in the description box below as well if you'd like to find it. Depending on what we need, the other thing I purchased for this project is a barrel vise. I'm not going to really tell you which one to get. If this one ends up working great, I will put it in the description box below. But I was just looking for a reasonably priced barrel vise. Even if I don't necessarily use the vise to be what I use to remove the barrel, I certainly want to have something to be able to hold it without scratching it, trying to line it up with the Headspace gauges. So I purchased a very basic bald eagle barrel vise. So we're going to see how it works. I don't think we're going to have to stress it too hard for this particular case, simply because we have the action wrench to actually do our torquing. But we'll end up seeing, you'll see the video, it'll be coming on the channel, formatted to me as YouTube friendly as I can be and still give you guys the information that I think you need. As you can see, it's spring action down, got some big torque nuts so you can torque it down. Hopefully, if you needed to do that, I've read a couple things online, so I'm hoping we're going to have good luck with it. So you guys can look forward to that coming on the channel as well. So guys, we've got our barrel. These are the specialty tools that I ordered to make sure we were going to have the tools we needed to be able to get this barrel installed. Full disclosure, I did already own a torque wrench, so I'm not really covering this video. If you don't own a torque wrench, you're going to need a torque wrench, torque to the barrel nut to the values you're going to need to install it. Anyway, these are the tools that I bought. This particular barrel vise is available on Amazon, at least at the time of this video. Anarchy Outdoors, thanks again. They're the ones we're going to be able to get the action wrench from. Amazon was the source of our Headspace gauges, go and no-go gauges. Hopefully I gave you some good clues of the tools you're going to need. I'm going to have links where I can to the parts on Amazon. The barrel nut wrench, obviously, either you can get from LRI or Brownells. Usually Brownells, you can find a coupon code if you look hard enough. Being in the position where I've already actually used this now, I certainly don't feel bad about getting the barrel nut wrench. It's a very high quality tool. I'm not going to say that I could not have gotten it with my AR wrench, but it certainly would have been a stretch. Breaking my barrel nut loose was certainly true to what I read online. It did take quite a bit of force to break that loose. I did have someone help me support the action of the rifle when I was breaking it loose. So not sad that I bought that tool at all. I'm sure it'll come in handy in the future. But if you want to try your standard armor's wrench, that's up to you. The action wrench we got from Anarchy Outdoors certainly came in handy. There'll be some pictures for the install video exactly how that goes in the action. It's very smooth, real nice. Honestly, it worked really well when I really wanted to torque that barrel in place. It really helped me move it without moving the barrel at all. Big thank you to them for sending that. Great tool, certainly recommend it. And if you don't want to get a barrel vise and you just want to clamp that in your vise, it may be very possible for you to be able to break that loose, and that might be all you need. If you want an excuse to get a barrel vise, no reason why you couldn't pick one of those up. The Eagle one I picked up worked just fine for what I wanted it to do. That'll all be included in the install video when I get that posted. But the moment for some of you have all been waiting for, this is our preferred barrel blanks. A huge thank you to them for sending this out to the channel. I'm really excited to start showing you some of the results we're able to get with this. Our preferred barrel blank barrel is one of their pre-fit for the Ruger Precision Rifle. We ordered it in a 26-inch, 1 7.5 twist. It is the 850 contour, stainless steel matte finished, spiral fluted. Because we like to shoot with a muzzle brake, it is threaded 5/8 24. So we'll be able to put our factory muzzle brake right back on our barrel and be right back in business. I actually took some pictures of the barrel inside and out, so I might take you for a quick cruise right through the barrel. The barrel looks really nice. I'm really impressed overall. As you take a trip through the barrel, you will see that obviously it needs breaking in, as this has not been hand polished, but that's what we expect with any standard barrel. we're going to end up taking this out to the range, doing all the fun work that we always do here on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you want to see those details. This is the barrel we're going to use to do some of our testing moving forward. I'm really excited to see, for a very reasonably priced barrel, what kind of accuracy we're going to be able to get with this. If you go with preferred barrel blanks, there's actually lots of options as far as twist rate is concerned. 1 in 8 is kind of the standard for 6.5 Creedmoor. If you guys have been watching the channel, you might know the 150 SMKs just didn't stabilize in my factory rifle. Sierra actually recommends a 1 in 7.5 or faster twist. I believe you can go all the way to 1 in 7 if you wanted to. However, 1 in 7.5 is what we decided to go with. Early on, we're going to be testing those 150 Sierra Match Kings to make sure that they stabilize. And if they do, I'm really excited to see how that projectile is going to perform. In another week or two, hopefully we'll have a video out showing you guys a little bit of the steps and how we got it in and the initial test firings, see how that went. Overall, a huge thanks to Preferred Barrel Blanks. They've actually provided a discount code, which I'll put in the description box below. If you guys are interested in picking this up and following along, I believe the coupon code is BAR5. If you end up ordering one of the barrels from them, you'll get a 5% discount, and it'll also let you know that you appreciate them supporting the channel. Anyway, even if you guys aren't buying a Ruger Precision Rifle barrel today, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please put those in the comments section below. If you like the content on the channel, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to get notified when I post next week's video and all of the future videos on this barrel. I hope to see you guys back next week. And until then, stay safe in small groups.